Welcome to episode 541 of Apartment Hacker. This is Mike Brunet, Apartment Hacker. It is my mission to tease out human potential in the multifamily space. So I wanted to tell a story. I read this. There was a gentleman that was traveling internationally, and he happened to sit next to a retired race car driver, and they struck up some conversation along the path of the flight. And the race car driver at one point starts to tell a story about how he lost his brakes during a race, and turned to the guy and said, "What do you think you do in a Formula One race when you lose your brakes?" And the guy said, "Well, I guess you figure out how to stop your car. I don't know." And he said, "Yeah, that's actually one way, or one thing rather, that race car drivers do when they lose their brakes, but it also is the leading thing that race car drivers do that causes the greatest amount of fatality or accidents on the racetrack." And so there is that option. There is the other option of trying to figure out how to slow your car down, as opposed to trying to figure out what the genesis of the issue is. It's just slowing your car down, which is also a factor in creating a lot of accidents on the racetrack. So he says to the guy, "What do you think I did?" And the guy said, "I don't know. To me, it's either stop the car or slow it down. Like I don't see another option here." And so the race car driver said, "I put the throttle to the floor. I actually sped up in that scenario to get myself out in front of the pack as far as I possibly could before I started to try to discern what the problem was with the brakes and or discern how I could slow the car down." In other words, he got out in front of the competition and gave himself room to actually make a good decision that wouldn't put the rest of the drivers at risk, or it mitigated the risk to the degree that he could, to get his car either pulled off the track or slowed down such that he could get off in a safe way. So translating that to business, to the multifamily space, to the property management space, we are in a race right now. Every property management company across this great country is in a race right now. And the race is to get out in front of the tsunami, the technology tsunami that will land on us. The swell is already there. The wave is going to come crashing down on our industry. And the race right now, the pace right now, the effort with which you should put forward trying to figure out how your business systems, your processes and such are going to operate in the future meaning the near-term future, is paramount. It's paramount to your success. And so in my head, the real game here is how fast can we get out in front of our competitor in order to give ourselves room to make really informed decisions. And so the question is, how do you get out in front of the competitors so that you'll have that time and that space to make good, informed, and solid decisions about how you're going to employ technology into your space, and more importantly, how you're going to reskill the people that work for you today so they can exist in a form of work tomorrow that doesn't exist today but will very soon. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.